Hi. Today I wanted to review the sayings of the lines and the spaces for Bass Clef. So the sayings for the lines are grizzly bears don't fly airplanes, and for the spaces all cows eat grass. So that works like this: grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. Can you say that with me? Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. So that also works up and down. Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. If you can remember that, you're going to be fine. Let's do a couple examples. Here we go. Grizzly, that starts with a G, so that's G. Grizzly bears don't, D. Grizzly bears, B. Grizzly bears don't fly, F. Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes, A. Let's add just a couple more. I'll erase these. See if you can do these with me. All right, ready? Grizzly bears, B. Grizzly bears don't fly, F. Grizzly bears don't, D. Grizzly, G. Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes, A. See how that works? It's super easy if you can remember grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. We always say it from the bottom up. So, remember that. Let's move on to the spaces. Now for the spaces, we say all cows eat grass, because they do, because they're animals. So the way that that works is like this. All cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. That also works up and down. All cows eat grass. Just like that. There's only 4 of them. You can always keep them straight because there's 4 for the spaces and there's 5 for the lines. So if you try and put the saying with 5 words in the spaces, it's not going to work for you. Let's do a couple examples. Just going to make this a longer one. Okay. We've got all, A. Try these with me. All cows, C. All cows eat, E. All, A. All cows eat grass, G. All cows eat, E. All cows, C. How'd you do? Hopefully you did well. If not, you can pause the video and try again. Now I'm going to combine them all. So give me a second to write some examples. Okay. So now you have to ask yourself, is it a line or a space note? Then you have to remember which saying to use, and then you can name the note. So let's try this. We're on a space, so I know that all, A. Now it's a line, see the line going through the middle? Grizzly bears don't, D. Back to a space, all cows, C. Line note, grizzly bears don't fly. Another line note, so we can stay on the same saying, grizzly bears don't fly airplanes, A. Space, all cows eat grass. That's a G. Another space. All cows eat. It's an E. Back to the line notes. Grizzly bears. B. Grizzly. G. Now we switch to spaces. All. That's an A. Back to lines. Grizzly bears don't. That's a D. Back to the spaces. All cows. And last one is still a space. All cows eat grass. G. Hopefully you did well with that. If not, you can rewind it and try again. You can slow it down if you need to. But otherwise, I'm going to move on. Let's add something else. So, we've got this thing. It's called a sharp. Sometimes you see it and it looks like a tic-tac-toe board or a hashtag, but we like to call it a sharp in music. So let me do a couple examples. Here we go. I'll add a bar line. So we call this a measure. One little box is a measure. It ends in a bar line. And then you'd have another measure with another bar line. So in each measure, the information always stays true for the whole measure unless they tell you otherwise. So here we have all cows, that's a C. I know it's a C sharp because the sharp's there. All cows, that's a C. What do you think? Is that one sharp too? It doesn't have a sharp in front of it. It is sharp because if they tell us this information at the beginning of a measure, that stays true for the whole measure. We need to keep that information true the whole measure unless they tell us otherwise. So we've got C sharp. Here's another C, all cows. So that's C sharp too. Another grizzly bears don't. That's a D. All cows. Here's another C. It's all the way at the end of the measure. But we had a sharp at the beginning, so it stays true the whole time. C sharp. C sharp, D, back to C sharp. So, I'm going to add something to that. What if I had a measure like this? I know that all cows, that's a C sharp. This is outside our lines and spaces sayings. But if I know that grizzly bears don't fly airplanes gets me to that top line, and then I have a space and a line, so I need to go two more. So if this is A, I just follow the alphabet. B, C. So this is also C. So we've got C sharp and C in a different octave. What do you think? Is this still sharp? Yes, because we keep the same information true for the entire measure unless they tell us otherwise. C sharp, C sharp, all cows, C sharp, and then I can see that that's the same as that, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. They're all C sharp, but there's only one sharp in the measure. That information stays true for the entire measure, no matter what octave it jumps to. It's the same. Remember that. We have sharps, but we also have flats. Do you remember what a flat looks like? A flat looks like that. It's sort of like a B, but maybe a little bit more slanted. So, sharps, flats. So very similarly, I'll give some examples of the flats. A bar line. So here's our first measure of flats. We've got grizzly bears. I know that that's a B flat. Grizzly bears. What do you think? Is that flat? It's the same measure. It's the same information. Yes, that's flat. B flat. B flat. Here's a space. All cows. That's a C. Grizzly bears. That's a B. Is it flat? Yes. B flat, B flat, C, B flat. We've got 3 of those flats. They only have to tell us once at the beginning. And let me do another example. What about this measure? We've got grizzly bears. That's B flat. I know that grizzly bears don't fly airplanes takes me to the line. That's A. I have to go one past A. A, B just follows the alphabet, so that's B. What do you think? Is that flat? B flat. B. Same measure, same information. What do you think? It is flat. B flat. B flat. Does not matter what octave it jumps to or what string. If they tell us it's flat in the beginning of the same measure, it's still flat. B flat. B flat. All cows eat. That's an E. Grizzly bears don't. That's a D. B flat. B flat. E. D. So no matter what octave it is, it still stays true. Let's add one more thing. We've got sharps. Sharps make a note go higher. Flats make a note go lower. And then we've got naturals. And naturals just cancel out a flat or a sharp. Most of the notes that we play are naturals. Sharps make them go higher. Flats make them go lower. And naturals just cancel it out. Put a little X. They cancel it out. So let's do a couple examples of this. Here we go. All cows. I know that that's a C sharp. All cows. That's also a C. What do you think? Is it sharp? Yes, because they told us it was sharp and they haven't told us anything new. Now they're giving us this natural. So that's C natural. And what about this? Is this still natural? Yes, because this is the most recent information they've given us. So that stays true for the end now. C sharp, C sharp, C natural, C natural. Let's try... Let's try another one. We've got grizzly bears, B flat, B natural, grizzly bears. So it cancels out the flat. Grizzly bears, B. What do you think? Is it natural or flat? It's natural, because this is the most recent information they've given us. And then they don't have to give it to us again. It stays the same. And then if they want us to play flat again, they have to tell us again. So they did. B flat, B natural, B natural, B flat. And let me give one more example just to remind you guys of this very important fact. All right, we've got grizzly bears, B flat. Now I can remember that this is also B, right? Grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. A, B, B flat, because there's no new information and it's the same name, so it's still flat. B natural, B natural. So these two look the same, but this one's flat and this one's natural because of the information that it's following. B flat, still B flat. B natural, still B natural. Does that make sense? So I could do that with the sharps as well. So here we've got all cows, C sharp. I know that's one past this. If this was B, next in the alphabet is C, so this is also C. C sharp, still C sharp, because this is the information we have and it has the same name. C natural, because this is the information we're following now and it has the same name. Does that make sense? Good. I'll see you next time.